Hello and welcome to Shite Talk, an Irish folklore podcast. This week is the third and final part of the Fionn MacCool series that we've been doing for the last couple of episodes. This is it. We all get to find out what happened to Fionn in the end. But if you want to hear more of this folklore stuff, you can head over to the Patreon. We're going to be doing some bonus episodes about Usheen there. And we've also recorded an episode. We just found out recently that there was a show called the Indiana Jones Chronicles featuring a young Indiana Jones. And in one of the episodes, he ends up in Dublin at Easter 1916 and gets involved in the Rising. And it's actually surprisingly good. I don't know how I found out about it recently. But yeah, we recorded an episode about that. That'll be up on the Patreon as well. And all the other bonus stuff we've been doing for 5 years now, however long this show's been going. But yeah, that is it. I hope you enjoy this part 3 of Fionn, and we'll chat to you next week. Good luck.
Gather around now, you're in for a story. Old tales of lore, all in search of a glory. The history and mystery of lads, lasses and all. Discoveries and voyages, the rise and the fall. Follow me now as we go back in time. We trace the steps of Irish lineage to find. Joseph from Carlo and Kevin from Dog. Guide you through the ways of Shite.
Also, what did we finish off in the last one? It was the dog killing himself because Fionn hid it.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like,
he walked,
rage,
the dog
he
walked
hit him
into the sea. Yeah. He bonged him on the
like
nose.
that Simpson, like the Simpsons. Is when they go to the future when Lisa goes to college.
Yeah.
And then the professor just slowly walks into the lake. He's going swimming with his clothes on.
But just to go back to pitching people to pay us money again, we just did an episode about remember Indiana Jones? Remember how he had a TV show? And remember how in that TV show he went to Ireland during the 1916 Rising? And it's actually good.
And fought future Taoiseach Sean Lemass.
There's a scene where Indiana Jones goes toe to toe with future Taoiseach Sean Lemass. It's great. It's up on YouTube. There's a link for that in the Patreon and us talking about it. So get over there. What are you doing?
It's a $5. It's a $5 a month.
Just pay a $5.
Pay a $5. Download all the episodes. Come back to us whenever you've.
Yeah, play us for fools.
But
anyway,
regular feed.
What
we've been doing for the last few weeks. Mythology.
Yeah.
That's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear history. They don't want to hear facts.
No, they want to hear something about a dog.
Yes, well, there's no more dogs now because they're all dead. But I'll tell you, I've left. I don't know if it's the best for last.
When Bran walked into the lake, was he a reservoir dog? Was the lake dammed in any way?
I don't know if I'm going to get puns and jokes today.
That doesn't matter.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what's good?
My jokes.
Love.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
Right. That's where we're going to jump back in because I realized as I was going through, I've all this wrote on the same big spreadsheet, like just spreadsheet. That's why I write these things
in every cell.
But Diarmuid and Gráinne.
Yeah.
Because we finished off there, I think the last one with the giant story. And then he gets a new wife, and he has a son, Fionn, they won't even talk about him because he doesn't really come up, and that wife doesn't really come up. So never mind that.
He's on his 5th wife, I think, at the end of the last one.
Or maybe it's 4.
Yeah.
But sure, who's counting at that stage?
No, listen.
Not me.
No.
But this is I left one big story for the end, and then we'll do a wrap up in this section. These are doing Fionn's main stories. So probably hundreds of little ones. But, I can cover those. I might do a small roundup on the Patreon as well.
Yeah.
But do you know anything about Diarmuid and Gráinne?
There's the Fionn bottle episode where he tries to chase a fly out of a druid, stall him for 50 minutes. Really split up the viewers on that one. Diarmuid and Gráinne, yes, the original love story. Gráinne, Grá meaning love, Inne meaning Diarmuid, another person involved in the
Strong
story.
Strong Irish name. Yeah, because we finished off on a depressing note the last time. If you're listening to this chronologically, as you probably should be, we'll jump into something positive. So we'll do a nice love story.
Yeah.
Right. So do you remember King Cormac MacArt?
Yeah.
Is your man from Tara that they went and saved from the fire-breathing alien.
Yeah.
So he has a daughter.
If you've just joined us, this is a history podcast. Yeah, he has a daughter.
Yeah, he's got a daughter who everyone in the country is trying to propose to.
Yeah.
Gráinne.
Yeah.
Right? Now, he's had this before with... Oh, no, his dad had this, I guess, with Tyke. Remember his daughter?
Yeah.
It was like, everyone's after.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But she's turning everyone down. She doesn't want anyone.
Yeah.
Right? Then Fionn comes along. He's some buck.
He is.
Yeah, he's deemed cool enough, big enough man. Power couple is formed. Now you're getting the head honcho and the daughter of the king.
Yeah.
It's just... I mean, imagine what their kid's going to be like.
Superpower kid, probably.
It could be Superman.
This man's a giant, or maybe he's not, or maybe he killed an alien. Remember that? Maybe he didn't.
Do you think she'd just say that to stroke his ego? No, it's the biggest. You're the biggest I've ever seen.
Yeah. When they were getting married, were the ushers just like seating the bride and the groom side of the family, and his side of the family is just dogs. Bride or groom? Arf! This way, sir.
But so people are travelling all over
to
come down to this wedding. A celebration.
A celebration of sheep.
A feast announcing this wedding, this partnership, this beautiful matrimony.
Yeah.
Right? Including Fionn's nephew, Diarmuid. Right, who Gráinne would catch an eye of. Now, Diarmuid's known.
Yeah, I'm guessing by the title of this episode, something's going to happen here.
Yeah. So Diarmuid is known for his good looks.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah.
Both sides of his face look the same. 2 eyes. Best amount of eyes.
Yeah, that's the best. So this young buck has 2 eyes.
2 eyes.
2 hands.
2 hands and a heart.
Oh, damn.
Made just for Gráinne.
Oof.
Well, that's not fair, because it's Gráinne who falls madly in love with him the second she lays eyes on him. Out beforehand, she'd been looking at Fionn going, well, you're actually the coolest man the country's ever...
Yeah.
But
he's also 4 to 5 wives in.
And he's getting old now.
He's a bit fucking... He lost his dog. He tends to just ramble on about the good old days. There's only so many times you can listen to him talking about how he bit off a giant's fingers in Scotland. He's on the way out.
No, but that's like a classic. I suppose the wives never want to hear that. That's like, what do you think that the wags of all the soccer players or the rugby lads? I'm sure the women in Ireland who are like, I'd love a rugby player.
Yeah.
As a fella until you're like 50 and they're still talking about the under-18s Leinster school semi-final. But so as soon as Gráinne lays eyes on Diarmuid, she's like, I want a piece of that, which is awkward because
I want to be
they've already
put eyes.
They put a deposit on the castle.
Yeah, well, I mean,
everyone's already here for the wedding.
There's not a great how did you meet? Oh, we met at my wedding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so so people have travelled all the way down.
Yeah,
right. So they're expecting a big show, and by God, do they get it? Mm-hmm. When Gráinne decides that she wants to spend some time with Diarmuid, she's got the perfect plan.
What? Okay.
Right now, she knows this is going to cause a little bit of friction.
Mm-hmm.
She knows.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. You're breaking off a marriage to the country's most famous man.
Yeah.
It'd be like separating the national broadcaster from its most famous host.
Sure, yeah.
People are going to talk about it.
People are going to be talking about it, yeah.
And you're going to come off looking like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But
that was the best take I've heard in that so far is just the concept of not even so much Tubridy, but like Joe Duffy and how much money he's being paid. And I guess the idea is that if we didn't pay him that much, he'd be gone. That's what he deserves. That's what he's If we didn't pay him that, he'd be... Who in the BBC is going to hire a geriatric inner city Dublin man to just... what are they going to do with that?
Listen to Irish people complain.
Yeah, what is he going to hop ship onto BBC 4?
Well, Tubridy just has tried multiple times to leave.
Yeah, but at least Tubridy has
No, but he's tried to go to BBC and they didn't want him.
But at least he is some sort of he could do something else. He could be a banal radio host over there.
He could go and make a documentary about JFK that no one cared about.
Yeah, what's Marty Morrissey going to do? Start commentating on cricket?
We were talking about this during... Oh, no, I was talking...
No, we were.
Yeah. I don't have a problem.
That car thing, that was totally fine.
That's absolutely fine. It's not like he got a new car every year. He got a Renault. It's not like he could have afforded a much better car than a Renault. He's just a cheap bastard. If anything, it gives me more respect for Marty Morrissey. He got a free, okay-ish car, but he's probably a multi-millionaire. And he's like, I'm going to just drive this A to B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair play to you, Marty.
Yeah. But anyway, so they're at the wedding.
Yes, so they're at the wedding, and she comes up with a plan. She's like, I want to spend some time alone with this Diarmuid fella, but everyone's kind of looking, and Fionn probably...
Yeah, everyone's looking at me in my wedding dress.
I wouldn't have invited him, because if he's known for his good looks...
Yeah, but...
I know I'm not saying I'm known for my good looks.
Yeah.
But Shannon Bass-O'Gall told me he regretted inviting me to his wedding because, and the next day I met him on the road as he was driving down his honeymoon.
Yeah.
He was up the road from me, but I was back home.
He's like, I regretted inviting you on my honeymoon. That was a bad idea.
He said at the wedding, people kept being like, Jesus, Shannon, you look great. Anyway, who is that lad over there? Is he from local or what's the fucking crack with him? And then seemingly that happened so much that he'd mentioned it to me that night. He was like, what the fuck is going on? I look great. I fucking like, and he looked fantastic.
He looked great.
And then the next day, as they were like driving by me, they pulled over. He's like, Aisling, tell him what I told you last night. He's like, why the fuck? 99% of the time I see Jason, he looks like a fucking hobo.
Yeah.
And then I invite him to my wedding and he comes up looking like someone who'd been to a city before.
Someone who was going to a wedding.
Well, that is also true.
Yeah, whenever I see Jason, he's standing out on the street or like doing comedy, he's just dressed in an Arsenal jacket and wearing a hat. But for some reason...
sweatpants, you might get away with being jeans.
Yeah, but for some reason when I invited him to my wedding, he dressed in a suit. The fuck was that about? Was he fucking trying to make a mug of me?
Because he wouldn't give me a go off his sunglasses.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Gives a touch of your sunglasses. So you reckon you're Diarmuid in this situation?
Yes.
But I mean, he's like that. If Fionn's looking, sure, so it's from his side of the family. It's his nephew. He's looking through the list.
It's always the ones closest to you.
I know, but I mean, it's usually that pressure's coming from your parents. They're like, you got to invite your uncle and your cousins. And I know you haven't seen him in 17 years, but he's flying back from Australia for this. I know he doesn't want to do it. That's going to cost him about $5,000, but he has to because that's what family is.
You can invite him anyway.
Yeah, you have to invite him anyway. So it's not as if during that conversation he can be like, actually, I don't want Diarmuid to come. He's too handsome.
And my fiance has been talking about him nonstop.
Yeah,
I have an oil etching of him over there.
I got drunk one night and I started going on about how good looking he was, and I etched it in a stone, and I haven't seen the stone, but I'm pretty sure she has.
She's been walking funny since.
Yeah. I don't want to invite my cousin. He's too attractive. Now, there's a sentence that's been said in Carlo many times. I don't want to invite my cousin. He's too attractive. You know, there's a precedent, but maybe not back in these days.
Yeah. Well, maybe this could set the precedent.
This could set the precedent.
Because she knows this is going to cause friction and all of that.
Yeah.
So she
hopefully.
So the only way that she realizes she can go spend time alone with him is what if she drugs everyone at the party
Nice.
apart from herself and Diarmuid?
Damn. That's pretty good.
It's like an inverted Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Where you're like, what if we just pretend everyone else is dead and then run away?
Spike everyone else in the room. And then, all right.
Yeah.
It's pretty out there.
But so that works. People start dropping left, right, centre.
Yeah.
Left again,
Left back.
right, a little bit further over to the right, on the altar, all over the shop.
Yeah.
Right? Just two of them left. And now at first, Diarmuid wants no part of this. But then she asked again, and he's like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's just after... Does he even know they're knocked out? As far as he's concerned, she's after killing everyone he's ever known.
Yeah, and he's still okay
and a
with
lot of
it.
other ones. And they say, well, you know, what am I going to do? Cross her?
Well, this is also the beginning. This is the first
Also, who else am I going to be... Who else am... You know, all my prospects just died.
His family members.
Yeah.
As was the style of the time.
As with the style. Everyone he's never known is now dead. He's like, well, you know. I would not if you were the last woman on earth. Turns out if you put that to the test, you'd do a bit more lenient.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, was it just because he was Irish and he was too polite that she was like, come on, let's elope? And he's like, nah, not at all. She's like, you sure? Come on, we'll go elope. He's like, well, if you're going to twist my arm.
All right then.
He agreed to this eloping like a cup of tea.
Yeah.
So Fionn assumed at first, when he woke up, they'd all been kidnapped. Like the two of
They'd
them.
been kidnapped.
Yeah, like Diarmuid and Gráinne.
That makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
They thought they've all been kidnapped. They've kidnapped us and took us to this other church.
To the same place.
But they forgot to bring my wife.
My very
hot
attractive cousin. Or nephew, I guess.
Or whatever, yeah.
But he at first he thinks it's a kidnapping.
Yeah.
Then he realizes what's going on. And he thinks, geez, this must have been happening for ages behind my back.
Sure.
Because it's just going to play in your head.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if before you break up, before you like a relationship ends, and you're like, nah, I know you're friends with that lad. I know he's interested in you. I know you're interested in him. And she's like, nah. But then like 2 months later, you break up, and then because she's 6 months pregnant with his kid. You know, when it's a tale as old as mine. But yeah, so he thinks it's
what are they called? The gifts in mass.
the bread.
No, little trinkets during like ceremonies. You know, the people that weren't important enough to be in the real wedding, but they'd be like, just give them a.
Oh, like the flower girls or the ring.
They're like
Groom?
bits. Yeah, the groom. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, no, the people go up and bring like trinkets.
I don't know. I don't know much about weddings though, because that's like because I was seeing like a one in America for a while, and then we'd finished with her, and then a few months later, I'd looked up or online to see like what she was up to.
Yep, there you go.
And I saw that she was in a wedding doing what was the name of what's he called what with the ring?
Ring bearer.
No, with the dress.
Gollum.
The wife. That's what she was. She
Oh,
was.
yeah.
4 months after we'd finished with her, she was in photos getting married.
Okay, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, maybe it was like 8 or so, but I was like, oh, the reason you finished with me was definitely because you were already engaged to somebody.
Damn. Okay. You ever see that? I don't know. In wedding, in funerals as well, people like to bring up.
I've seen at funerals. I don't know about weddings.
Yeah, I don't know. I always going a long route about how
the gift is 75 quid for a meal that I wouldn't pay 20 quid for on a normal day.
Yeah, well, listen, that's the yeah, but you're paying hotel pint prices on top of it. I thought the gift would just be Diarmuid would walk up the aisle and then he'd get to the top and he'd go to hand over his gift to Fionn. He was like, well, you're not carrying anything. So, well, I already gave your wife a gift. He pans over to a pregnant belly. So he suspects that there's something going on.
Yeah, so he thinks that they've been kidnapped, and then just after that, he's like, no, I see what's happening now. They've been having an affair behind my back for years or months or whatever. So
even though he's only known her for days, probably.
Yeah. But so he starts chasing them down the length of Ireland,
right,
up and down, left and right. So they're hiding.
Happen a lot.
They're in trees. They're in caves. They're in holes. And after a few years of this,
and then the honeymoon ends.
But after a few years, Gráinne becomes pregnant.
All right. Seems like that third part mightn't have been too accurate then.
But they were down in Ben Bulben in Sligo when a bout of snow hits, and they said they'd post up there for a little while until it thaws. And when looking for a place to sleep, then they run into a giant boar, which may have been a person because
they met you in the story. A giant boar. You're in a snowstorm.
So they were in a tight spot.
They were just trying to look for somewhere to stay, and then you came out 3 lines deep. Started burning the ear off them.
Lines of what?
Because it was a snowstorm.
No, a white Christmas.
Is that what happened?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, so Diarmuid had a prophecy told to him when he was younger that nothing on this planet could hurt him apart from a wild boar.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So
I thought this was going to be one of these like nothing on this planet could hurt me, and then he gets stabbed by a knife.
Apart from the love of a good woman.
Yeah.
But so he gets badly hurt.
Okay.
But he doesn't die, and he kills the boar. Right. So Gráinne then nurses him back to health, and they continue to evade the Fionn, or try to anyway. But his injuries are so bad that she knew the only way to save him would be to get Fionn to use his magic powers.
That he has.
Again.
Sure.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. But to go
I thought he knew everything. I thought he was like the quickening as well. Like he knew everything.
He knows everything.
Except that what's happening with his nephew and his wife.
That is true. Maybe you know everything that's already happened.
Maybe even the smartest man in the world can't figure out what's happening.
But I forgot that he might or might not have magic powers. But
I mean, listen, probably.
Yeah. But he does have a gold cup / his hands. I guess that in some stories he uses that. But I remember the gold cup that from the earlier
Last Crusade.
No, from the last episode.
Oh yeah.
When there was that guy who could have saved, who was like, he wouldn't help him until they were like, well, what if we start digging into
your dogs?
But,
that guy, he gives him a gold cup to stop the.
Yes. Yeah. So I think now that must be the same gold cup, probably in some storylines, and in the other one, it's his hands. But well, anyway, turns out that the man who was chasing Diarmuid and Gráinne around the country, Fionn, he's not over what's gone on. Because they are still chasing them.
Sure.
But they're like, the only way to fix this is to turn around and go ask him for help.
He's the only man who can fix this.
But he's not willing to help his dying nephew.
And what's been going on? So he's just been chasing him for years.
He's bored.
Unsuccessfully.
Yeah, he's nothing at this stage.
Don't mention boars. It's a bit insensitive.
But when the Fianna begged Fionn to help their old buddy,
handsome Diarmuid.
So he's like, all right, well, if all the boys are going to pressure me into it, they're going to think it's bad form if not. So he does it not out of kindness, out of
peer pressure.
Yeah,
fair.
Oh, and also Usheen, his son, which we'll be doing a Patreon episode about.
Of course.
With the rest, because that's why I haven't mentioned him much at all in any of these stories. He'll get his own little series, but he convinces him. So Fionn went and got the water, and came back and went to go and fix Diarmuid, but it's too late. He's dead.
Ooh,
yeah.
But this is great because so now he gets the kudos for offering to help. But he doesn't actually have to help him.
But having already refused multiple if he had just done it sooner,
that's not as good.
It would have, yeah. But anyway, now Gráinne is a single lady.
He's like, well, you see, I would have done it. I would have. I had the cup here.
And also, look, I've got a gold cup here.
Won't bring him back to life, but could bring something else.
But, so I would have chanced it on with Gráinne there.
Of course.
I don't think he does. Probably because she's with child now.
Yeah.
So she's been ruined to the world.
Yeah.
But when Cormac MacArt died, his son Capri's son, he became the High King of Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he didn't like the Fianna. So when his daughter was getting married, it was customary to give the Fianna 20 gold bars. Right. So the youngest member of the Fianna, Ferdia, was sent to collect it, but Capri's son instead had him killed. Threw his corpse over the wall of Tara. Yeah. That's where the Fianna they'd been waiting for him outside of Tara to come back with all the bars. So they send him in for that. And they say, "Oh, I'd always see in a few minutes, man." And then he does come back over the wall.
Oh damn!
Hung, drawn, quartered, all of that stuff. I imagine.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it's not."
Go in there, Freddie. Ask him for a long wait while you're there. Yeah. At last hammer. Didn't take that prank well. He's fucking murdered him and thrown him over the wall. Ask him for 14 knives in the back and to be tossed off the castle walls.
But because it's his brother-in-law.
Ferdia.
As in...
Oh, Capri's son or whatever.
Yeah, Capri's son would have been Diarmuid's brother-in-law.
Okay.
Because it's Cormac MacArt's son. So that's hard to know why he would have... Like, do you think he was more pissed? I'm trying to put it together in my head why. I suppose, killing your brother-in-law.
Yeah. But he didn't kill him. The boar killed him. He just let him die.
Yeah, but they chased him all around and he could have helped him, and he didn't. It's like that Eminem song.
His wife.
It's like that song.
The Eminem song.
Yeah.
Yeah. About Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Fionn wanted to attack.
Yeah, because Ferdy has been killed.
Yeah, and he's bored at this stage. But Fianna, they were divided about it. Some wanted to stay loyal to the king. The others were like, see what just happened to him.
Yeah.
So in the end, they were able to manage to get together 3,500 soldiers.
Right, that's a lot.
Capri's son had 10,000.
Okay.
Which included the snake Goal Morla and 2,000 of his men.
Where is this?
Were Fianna men.
Yeah.
Which also he could be dead in another storyline and the whole. Yeah.
Oh, this is Goal from earlier.
Always believe in your soul. But yes, so this is from the other. So in Goal, in one of the timelines where he's still alive, and
one of the timelines he's working for Fionn as a farmhand. And
yes.
This one he's a snake and he has 10,000 men.
Yes.
Okay.
No, he has 2,000.
Oh.
Yeah. But he puts that in to make 10,000 with Capri.
Okay.
Yeah. So they went to battle in the west of Tara, and Oscar, who would be Usheen's son, so Fionn's grandson, died in the battle.
Oh no.
And he and Capri killed each other.
Right.
Double knockout. Very rare. Very rare. You couldn't write it.
No. Certainly couldn't make it up.
Fionn dragged his body off the battlefield and played the Fionn war cry, Diarmuid Fionn,
Okay.
and walked back into the battle. So he has a horn.
Yeah.
Fionn walks back into the battle,
Morning wood.
never to be seen again.
Ooh.
His side lost that day. Some say he wasn't killed. He moved to Argentina.
Okay.
Or no, sorry, it's underneath a cave in Dublin with the other Fionn, where he still resides today, waiting for a time when Mother Ireland is in need of him most to come back and protect her.
When Strider,
Fionn,
when Aragon will call on them to fulfill their promise.
I would say
There's an army of dead kings underneath.
it's pretty good. This is it's a couple of 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
It's probably been a couple of times in that, specifically the last 400 to 800 years.
Yeah.
That could have been, all right, Fionn,
Bring him back up.
it's time. He's like, no, just wait when you need it most.
Yeah. Maybe he's right though. It's like, trust me, when it happens, this will seem quite funny, really, in retrospect to what's coming. Yeah, call me in the year 2025.
Whether to say of all of the times he could have, do you ever wake up and miss a load of texts?
Yeah.
And you're like, it was Easter 1916.
Yeah.
Better not show the head now for a while. If I just...
Oops.
I'm here to save you from the AI apocalypse. But they'll come back once the Diarmuid Fionn is
The
blown
horn,
3 times,
Ooh.
walking backwards around the Protestant church.
Okay. Yeah. And where is the horn?
Never been found.
Yeah. Yeah. So far.
But now 2 Fionn made it out of that battle.
Right.
Colcha, who'd go on to tell the story 2 centuries later to St. Patrick. And then Fionn's son, Oisin,
Yeah.
who we'll talk about later on.
Okay. Well, then that timeline might match up with, because I was going to say, is the Gold Cup that he keeps hanging around. Is that
Cheltenham.
the Gold Cup? The Holy Grail? The Cup of Life?
Cheltenham.
Yeah. Exactly. No, the Joe McDonough Cup.
But that's the... All right, so that's one way.
Well, maybe it is. 'Cause you know, Da Vinci Code it. We've done that before with all how the Ark of the Covenant ended up at Tara. Maybe. Holy Grail as well.
Anything's possible. It could be.
Why not?
Could be one and the same.
Could be.
But do you want to hear the way that he definitely died?
Yeah.
So, I think so. That's one account of him, and then there's another one where he's just out walking around and he tries to jump over a river and he doesn't make it and he falls in and drowns.
Yeah, that's not good.
That sounded very real.
Much more real.
Whereas, he just got old and he was like, it's nothing to me. I'll be able to jump across this 50-foot river. Sure, I'm a giant.
Yeah.
Sure, I've been doing it for 400
Yeah,
years.
do you remember Scotland? Get out of my way.
Yeah, have you seen the Isle of Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made that.
Well, fucking throw an island at you. He fell in the river.
He just fell into the river and
And drowned.
drowned.
That's not really a great way to go.
Unless he's out there trying to get reconnected with Bran.
Oh, yeah, like he fell in the river. Yeah, maybe. I offered him a bowl of bran flakes and he just looked off into the middle distance and walked into a river. Don't know what that was about.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all of our series on Fionn.
Yeah.
And this is a short episode. That's all they are. They're myth episodes anyway.
Myth episodes.
Where have you mainly read about Fionn MacCool? Or have you at all?
No.
Do you not read about him he shows up in Finnegan's Wake?
Well, I think, because Ferdy...
At Swim Two Birds.
Oh, yeah.
Dropkick Murphys, they have a song about him. Terry Pratchett.
Yeah.
So he's gone on. He's not really... He's no St. Patrick. I don't know if all the Americans know who Fionn MacCool is.
No.
If you'd need any other qualification to prove that he's an Irish hero,
Yeah.
maybe the mark of the nation, the only way he could be encapsulated into Irish history, he was in Riverdance.
All right.
So he must have been real.
He's this is Irish as Michael Flatley. A weird American man.
Who
Yeah.
I think is...
Is he safe and well?
I think he's good now.
Oh, sweet.
Let me just double check, because that's the...
Yeah. I've had the notes on Blackbird on my phone since last September.
Can
It's almost been a year.
I make fun of Michael Flatley.
It's off camera here, but we've had
Yes.
a countdown over on the wall there. Is it okay to make fun of Flatley? Because if he dies, we'll have to wait years.
I just thought he regrets, and I was like, "Oh, does he say Riverdance or Irish? Taking the piss out of Irish culture, or all of that? Is it no
cancer?
He regrets being a bad boy because he got cancer. I suppose he's eating and drinking. I don't know if he smoked or whatever, but no. There he is saying, "I've had to make friends with pain. Excruciating agony is just part of life."
Yeah,
Not really. Divorce.
Yeah, he's divorced.
I don't even know if he's married, which should be very rough to get divorced if you're not even. That's how bad the cancer got.
The cancer gets half your stuff.
Well, now here's I didn't realize that the Google autofill the question. You can go. Can I make fun of Michael Flatley yet in Ireland?
Oh,
and Michael Flatley backs investigators to get to the bottom of the Irish dancing scandal. What Irish dancing scandal? Okay, do you know what? I'm going to just put it on the record. We're making fun of him. He'd want it that way.
He would want.
He would want. He would want it that
wanted.
way.
Yeah, it's what it would. So,
because that's the last thing you'd want if you got sick, to be treated differently.
Yeah, what you want when you're what do you say? Making friends with pain. What you'd want then is to.
Semicolon excruciating
agony pain. Yeah, two men who've done very little with their lives to start taking pot shots at you. A man who's sort of internationally recognized, who went out and made his passion project of a film, like a fucking nerd. What a fucking loser.
He's done basically every man's dream.
Yeah.
There's like, what do you want to do? I want to make an action movie
where I'm Bond,
but good.
Yeah.
Right, good.
Yeah.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna star in it. It's gonna get delayed for about 8 years because I can't do it until I have the perfect hat collection.
Oh yeah.
You can't
rush perfection. You know how long it took me to write Riverdance? 17 minutes, and it wasn't very good. So 8 years.
I really fluffed the rest of it out with some just dancing.
Yeah.
Is there any dialogue in Riverdance?
I have no idea.
Probably not.
I've been given tours to Americans. Because it's on in the Gate all summer, or the Gaiety.
Is it?
I've never seen it, but they keep saying like, "Oh, this is a bit embarrassing. We're going to go see Riverdance this evening." I'm sure you're sick of it now. It's like it's
never seen.
I didn't even know it was on.
Yeah, it was a cultural worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah, it's more it's an exported thing. It was in Eurovision.
Yeah, well, it was all over the West End. It traveled the world. It was a huge.
But I think it was debuted at Eurovision, was it?
Oh,
as our I think that's the origin story. Is that when you lose, you host the next year.
No, if you win, you host the next year. That's why we stopped. That's why
we stopped winning.
Yeah,
but I think it was we were hosting it, but we had
because you know how much Ireland hates tourism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
the stupidest conspiracy theory of all time. That are like, oh, we don't want to host like major European events.
Yeah, it's getting too expensive for all this, advertising of the country. Let's just tank this competition for the next 30 years. You know what Ireland's not known for? Music and American investors. But anyway, yeah, we could go see it. We could review Riverdance.
Oh, you're going to say Blackbird again. But
no, let's do that though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not fresh.
Ploughing competitions coming up as well. This is irrelevant to Fionn, but we should go to that.
And the Glen of Harlow's closing. So we should probably go over and do a live episode.
From the pub.
Yeah, we say live. We won't invite anyone. It'll just be us.
Yeah. You boys going to finish your tab. So with the fucking cameras.
Fans will get it.
Those fans will get it. You Michael Flatley. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't have known. You kind of hear the classics: Salmon and Knowledge, Giant's Causeway.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't really heard the alien stuff before. I wouldn't have been able to have confidently said that all of that was Fionn as opposed to Cuchulainn or Oisín or anyone else.
Well, no, yeah. So we'll go through all the Oisín ones in that episode, but yeah, there is a good bit of crossover between Cuchulainn and Fionn.
And Oisín's mother was the deer.
Yeah, because that's why he was a fawn when they came across him.
Sure.
Apart from in some timelines where he wasn't, he was just a naked 7-year-old boy.
I know who you are. I fucked the deer.
Only the son of Fionn.
I knew this would come back to haunt me. I had sex with a deer 7 years ago, and I'll take you in, son.
But yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
There's the Fianna, that's kind of the end of him then, because that battle, there's a little bit in some storylines about the fate and the decline of the Fianna, but you can just say, well, all of them but 2 died.
Yeah.
And then, as is classic, one of them only survived his only purpose in life.
To tell
to
the
live
story.
200 years to be able to be in a timeline to tell St. Patrick.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then his son would go on to have other stories with Tiernan and Og and all of that good stuff. That's what I want to keep all of that for the Patreon, because now we have to go and do whatever bullshit you're going to do, tribunals or historical fact.
It's going to be a very heavy autumn, so just round out the summer, myths, fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. All right. Good luck.
Shafter.